Morning, guys. So I was asked by 3 different people last night about table work. So obviously there's some kind of group somewhere that has gone wild about the table work topic. And so by a few guys that are actually really good trainers, 2 of them are law enforcement officers, one is police department, one is sheriff office. All 3 guys having really good performance with their dogs, and asked me what I think about table work. So here's what I think about table work. Table work is the same thing like chasing a rat in a corner. You're basically taking all options away from the dog to deal with a situation that he has in front of him, and now he has to do something about it. Just like rat in the corner, the only way that she will survive, or the rats will survive, is to bite the way through, right? So that's table. You putting the dog into very uncomfortable position, which is high above the ground. Can't go anywhere. It's locked into place, held by the back tie, and now the dog has to react to something. Either the dog will shut down, or he will become more aggressive and deal with that. That being said, either dog shuts down or finds his way through in the way we like, which is the aggression, right? But the dog has to be prepared for that level. So the dog has to understand biting. The dog has to be through some initial biting already, and now what we are doing is we're activating the survival mode, the self-preservation aggression, and that will make the dog understand that there is no backing away from a problem. There's going through the problem. However, it could also have bad things to that. So if the dog is not strong enough, hold on, baby, hold on. If the dog is not strong enough, it will give him a huge, I don't know if I should say PTSD, or it will give him a huge emotional load to his brain that comes out of this situation. And all the dog wants is to get out of there. He will bite, he will show you, but now you have created that reaction. If I'm feared of something, I'm going to just kill it. So be careful. It could cause 2 things: dogs to get him reactive in unwanted way. That means if dog comes into a stress or is being pressed, the dog will attack. Also, the biting technique will go out the window if the dog is not prepared for that. Right? So what we teach in dog, when the dog is on the ground, we teach him that he can pull, he can push. Guys, when I said pull, there's time and reason for the dog to pull. If I have a guy that is swinging the gun around, I need the dog to pull him on the ground and demobilize him and make him disorientated. So yes, there's a absolutely tactical reason for dog to pull. For tactical reason. Of course, there's we have dogs that are pulling because they're scared, they don't want to be in their bite, and they want nothing to do with their biting. But anyway, let's not talk about that. Like I said, there is time and reason for a dog to pull. Of course, not in the starting phase when we teaching the dog. We teach him, we want him pull, we want him push, go through the problem, to go through the pressure, and it's the only way to go through that pressure. So anyway, go back to the table. If the dog is ready, the dog understands biting technique, the dog understands some foundation about biting, then it's a time to put him on the table. He has to be mentally prepared for that table because, like I said, it's a huge mental load, and he has to understand movements, bites, and the whole deal about biting before I put him on the table and basically install that strongest instinct ever, which is survival instinct. And dog that learns fear in a bite is the hardest biting dog ever. If you think that those dogs that biting out of prey draft are the hardest biting dogs, and you've never seen dog like that fighting on a street when somebody starts actually taking 4x4, start beating the dog. All right, so again, there is time and place for the table. It's got pros and cons. Be really careful how you use it. There's a lot of trainers out there that believe that table is solving problems solution, and because of lack of understanding the entire work of biting, all the trainers do is let's put the dog on the table, it'll be all right. No, it won't. It won't. You can actually cause more damage, and you're gonna have dog that's doing that piano, like you guys call it, the rebites up and down and all that stuff. You can cause a lot of damage if you don't know what you're doing with the table. All right, so hopefully it made some sense.